Hey YouTube, this is KingCobraJFS with another video. This is a political discussion here of sorts. January 30th, 2014, so this is a while back, because we're now in February, so about last month. Wyoming lawmaker Sue Wallace died at age 56 in a Gillette hotel. Okay. The day before, she sent to President Barack Obama a letter saying, hey, you said you were going to help get marijuana legalized and recreationalized, and so far you haven't done shit, you know, you hypocrite, you know, and just going off on. Well, a day later she dies. He had done something to a degree. He said he basically decriminalized marijuana in states that are medical friendly. He basically said, okay, if states are saying that they're medical marijuana friendly, you can't bust them if they're in that state, and there isn't, you know. He did do something to that degree, but for the most part, she basically called him out on his hypocrisy. A day later, she's found mysteriously dead in a hotel at the age of 56. Part of me wonders if it was a political assassination. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at this. Everclear. Good shit. Reminds me of a Young Turks video, or TYT University, excuse me, where they did a poll and they're saying certain places are going to ban grain alcohol because they say, oh, it should be made illegal because it's 4 times stronger than regular alcohol and hardly ever anyone drinks it. Okay? I disagree with that because we've tried prohibition with alcohol and it doesn't work, does it? No. Just like the prohibition of marijuana isn't working either. Go back to, let's go to the, not much is said about her death, you know, so they're still looking into that. Whether it was natural causes or government foul play, hard to say, really. If it was a government official, a government assassination of sorts, then that brings the question, why? Why, someone who freely speaks your mind on something that shouldn't even be an issue in our country, why would she be assassinated? There we go. Check that out. Half Mountain Dew, half Everclear. It's a radioactive Cobra. It's pretty tasty. You know, some people be like, ugh, you don't drink Everclear straight, you fucking pussy. I'm like, you know what? Everclear is shit that'll make you burn. I mean, you want to drink it straight? Hey, more power to you. I've drank it straight before. But generally I prefer to have something, you know, to chase it with. Speaking of alcoholic beverages, if you ever get a chance and you're at your local bar, I recommend a Fedora Red Bull and pineapple. Oh, it is delicious. It is delicious. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Ha. Oh. Oh. That burns like rubbing alcohol. Oh. Now, in the TYT University video, they were basically saying that that teens are going to parties and drinking what's known as jungle juice, and jungle juice contains a shit ton of Everclear and a bunch of free drinks mixed into it. And they were ODing or having, you know, getting drunk way too quickly because the fruit juice is making this shit easy to swallow. I don't agree with that. You know, I don't agree with providing alcohol to minors. It's just, you know what I'm saying. And when you're a minor and you're into the drinking scene and all that, you know, and my best advice is just to wait till you're 21. Because once you're 21, you have access to it, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to buy it and purchase it legally. But something I've noticed too is when you're younger, you're going to all the parties, you know, with alcohol, and you know, your friends turn 21, you turn 21, and it's like, oh, we're all old enough to buy now. You don't have to go to someone else to buy it. Beside the point. So yeah, she was pushing for legalization, like ideally pushes a pound a day, basically, of marijuana. And you know, that's something I asked myself is if that was, you know, a political assassination of sorts, because she was pushing for it in a state that's not exactly, you know, tolerant of it, to a point where I overheard this guy talking at the bus stop today, and apparently when he got pulled over for driving while under the influence of alcohol, the cops also did some blood work on him on the spot and found he also had marijuana in his system. Well, that tears it, you know. He's going to, you know, he didn't go to jail or anything, but he's got lots of probation. I'm thinking, okay, so cops now have to be medical doctors or some shit to patrol the highways, because really, you know, now driving under the influence is not a good idea of alcohol anyway. But if you compare stoned drivers to drunk drivers, I bet you the stoned drivers do a lot better. And you know, generally, if you want, you know what I'm saying, like if you want munchies and all that, you know, before you get high, it's good advice to just take a taxi or some other form of transportation if you know you're, you know, wasted of sorts. So, yeah. But going back to, yeah, get all your shit before you know, that way it's just there and, you know what I'm saying, you can enjoy the rest of your day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Sue Wallace here is was found dead at a Gillette hotel, about a month ago. And, you know, oh, it's February 17th right now, so almost a month ago. So like February 30th will be a month ago, so a little less than a month ago. And there have been things like that where political figures of sorts have stuck up for what they believe in, and they were found assassinated because their political views didn't agree with the mass. And it just goes to show you that the government's not the one in control. There's someone higher up than the government pulling the government's puppet strings, and we don't know who they are exactly, but yeah, it's definitely a government official pulling the strings, if you will. Of course, if you start asking questions like that, you're likely to find yourself in a dumpster probably somewhere. No, I don't know. You know, you know, it's not just the government, too. I actually have some friends of mine who, you know, they follow a similar path as I do, if you could say that, I guess. I wouldn't say prosecuted, harassed. They moved to this town and very small town, and mostly churchgoers, you know, and the hypocrisy they displayed from what they told me was outrageous. I mean, to the point where, you know, they were to go to a grocery store, you know, they're like, watch out, here comes the Satanist, you know, and they do, you know, and it was that kind of treatment. They purposely held their kids back even though they were ready to go into a higher grade like they were supposed to. They basically waited 36 minutes to check out at a grocery store one time because people refused to serve them because of their religious beliefs. I'm not kidding you. It was that close-minded. Well, by the time they left, karma had done its just desserts on that town. A lot of shit went down on that town, and karma paid the entire town back for the way they treated those people. And the same friends have a brother who is also of a similar path, whose house was bombed by Christians. Okay? Holy shit. You call that loving your fucking neighbor, You call that love thy neighbor? I don't think so. That doesn't sound like loving your neighbor, does it? Nah, it doesn't. Nah. And that's in your Ten Commandments, love thy neighbor. It doesn't mean you have to kiss his ass, you know what I'm saying? But at least go, well, okay, your neighbor's a Satanist or a Luciferian or a Wiccan or whatever, and you're, you know what I'm saying? Versus a Catholic Christian, you know, Baptist. If they all worship Jesus, then why are there so many different paths? Something to think about, isn't it? But I just, last couple of, I've had, this happened to me twice, approached by, I call them Jesus freaks, if you will. One of them handed me a pamphlet, which I threw away as soon as they left. The other one tried talking about the gospel, and I said, no, thank you. And then he asked if he could pray for me, and I said, what, we're here? No. He's like, I'll do it for you later. I'm like, whatever, And I don't have a problem with, people of different faiths until they start shoving it in my face. Then, I make a stink about it, because that's just complete bullshit. That's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. If I ever get my own house and I have Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, like, have you heard the good word of Jesus today? I'd be like, have you met Lucifer? Like, who's Lucifer? Pull out side-by-side shotgun. This is Lucifer. Oh, shit! They start taking off down the hill like, don't shoot us! Put the shotgun down and laugh myself sick. Yeah. No, but then they'd be like, oh, you can't do that because that's threatening someone with a weapon. That's against the law. Yeah, well, it should be against the law to force children to pray in schools and for people to harass other people of different faiths. I've noticed that a lot of representatives are pushing for prayer in schools, and that upsets me a little bit. If I ever have children, I don't want them going to school to learn about religion and Christianity, you know what I'm saying? That's what church is for. When you go into school, you're there to learn your reading, your writing, or your arithmetic, your English, your math, your science, your algebra, your whatever, okay? It's ridiculous. And however, at the same time, if a child chooses to bring a Bible to school to read while they're eating lunch or whatever, I see no problem with that, okay? I don't, there's been a couple of cases of that, and children have actually gotten in trouble for bringing a Bible to school because, quote unquote, it might offend somebody. And this is the problem in most of our societies. We're too goddamn politically correct about offending people and stepping on eggshells and stepping on someone's toes. And completely off topic, but yeah. Just my 2 cents there. And, you don't need the Bible to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? You can be a good person with or without it. It doesn't matter, If you're, you know what I'm saying? Hell's opening it up for these assholes, I guarantee you. These people who think they're so right all the goddamn time because they, and there's nothing wrong with having, pride in your faith, you know what I'm saying? I can understand that. What you have to understand, YouTube, is that religion is nothing more than spiritual pathways for people to follow and find spiritual guidance in their life. And each pathway is different, and not all religious paths are the same. Well, to a degree anyway. I mean, you got your Christians, your Catholics, your Baptists, your Methodists, and whatever else, all those little religions, they all follow the teachings of Jesus to a degree anyway. I don't know too much about it. I just know they all worship Jesus, just like, what I'm saying? There have even been Christian Wiccans where they called Jesus into their circle when they're doing their rites and stuff. And I heard about that, and I was like, oh, well, that's different, I guess, but, hey, One of the things that makes this world so awesome is that we're not all alike. Each person is Each person is uniquely different to each other, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if we all thought the same exact thing, it'd get boring real quickly, In small doses, it's fine. You get your friends that you hang out with that you all think alike, and you connect on that. You know what I'm saying? But on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if we all thought the exact same, Going back to Sue Wallace, though, may she rest in peace. Her cause. She was fighting to get marijuana legalized and decriminalized and medicalized in Wyoming. And, yeah. So, the day after she sends a letter to Barack Obama, who, quote-unquote, said, well, I view marijuana as a bad habit like the cigarettes I smoked when I was a kid, but it's a lot less dangerous for you than alcohol. He said that, okay? I think he said that to cover his ass because he realized that people started making connections that, I certainly hope it wasn't a political assassination, because if it was, it's a pretty stupid one to us, to get involved with or assassinate someone over, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of Audis driving around town. Audi's got the little circles in their logo. Off topic, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. Again, I hope it was just an accident or something, you know what I'm saying? Or natural causes. If it was a political assassination, then there's some bullshit to be dealt with. For one, who the fuck is the government assassinating people over speaking their right, having the right to speak freely and say legalizing weed, you know what I'm saying? When several government officials, including Obama, have admitted to smoking it. However, Obama is not in charge of making the laws. That is Congress's job, okay? He simply looks at the bill and goes, I approve of it. Sign it off. It becomes law. Or I disapprove of it. Send it back. That's his job when it comes to the laws, okay? So if you want marijuana legalized, you have to convince Congress that it's, you know. But if Congress is watching this video, I'd like to point out Colorado's money growth since they've legalized. And you have to ask yourself, if you enjoy the luxuries you have now, think of how much luxury you could have. Think of how much luxury you could have if you legalize weed. Okay? You could have a water fountain that dispenses champagne to a glass, into a crystal glass if you wanted to, because that's how much fucking money marijuana would make you. But oh, this shit burns. It burns like rubbing alcohol. Oh. 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 Grain alcohol, basically distilled from 100% selected grains. Okay. Ooh. You could set the shit on fire. I've done it before. That's how strong this shit is. Put this back in the freezer. Well, let's think about this for a second. Getting back to religion on that same topic here. You worship Jesus. He's a sheep herder. You drink his blood and you eat his flesh to gain stronger. To get stronger. That's it. It's vampirism and cannibalism. Yeah, you have fun with that. Thing of it is, Mountain Dew and Everclear don't mix. When you look at it, you can actually see that some parts of the glass are going to be somewhat. The first time I mix it just right. You can see the green, then it kind of gets clearer and clearer as it gets to the bottom. It's because Everclear and Mountain Dew do not mix. Oof. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions when it comes to shit like religion and political issues. You know, if you don't know the answer, what better way to find out than to ask questions? And if you feel like they don't give you a straightforward answer, you know what I'm saying? Then make your own answer up. You know what I'm saying? Don't take everything at face value. Is what I'm saying. Now, is Obama perfect? No. Obama is not perfect. But it doesn't mean he's the bad guy in the situation. At least I hope he isn't, you know. People find any excuse to say they hate him. You know, it just is what it is. And some of it's race, you know, some of it's racism and older generation, you know. They're not used to having a half-black president. I mean, people are like, oh, it's a black president. Like, I hate to say, he's only half, okay? That's why the whites voted for him, because they're like, okay, you know, he's got a little bit of us in him. I'm comfortable with that, you know. Like, as fucked up as that sounds, it's the fucking truth. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 10, 9, 5. When it comes to playing guitar, I'm extremely ADHD, so staying focused on one particular song and sticking through only the entire thing for me can be difficult. But I digress, at least I've made an effort to learn guitar. But when Christians can go on bombing someone's house because they don't agree with what they think or believe in, what kind of world are we living in? Okay. You know, and it makes you wonder, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want your commandments preach love thy neighbor, and then, oh, your neighbor happens to be a Satanist or Luciferian or Awakened. No, he doesn't think sky god, so he's not a sheep, so we're ruin his life, and you know, wow. Not very Christian-like of you, just saying. So I think needs to happen. I think Wyoming needs to legalize weed in honor of Sue Wallace and all the others who have fallen victim to an unnecessary drug war. We actually, not too long ago, had a Moms for Marijuana activist who died in a car crash because she was killed by a drunk driver. And it really upset me about the whole thing was that she left behind 4 children. Wow. That's fucking messed up, yo. And I think to myself, if that driver had, you know, decided maybe to smoke a joint instead of having so much alcohol and just sit at home and listen to Pink Floyd or whatever, then, you know, that mom might still be alive today and making lunch for her kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But no, you know. And that's just, and don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, you know what I'm saying? April 20th of last year, we actually had, I was driving down by the hospital, and I saw some people holding up signs saying, legalize weed in Wyoming. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, they're peacefully protesting, So that's great, people have that freedom still, but, and here's the question, as our freedoms slowly get taken away, how long before America decides to put its own citizens in concentration camps? You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. I certainly hope it wouldn't have to come to that, but there are some people I know who don't doubt that America wants to put its citizens in concentration camps because of their political or religious beliefs, and yeah. But when you have government authority and not much power in your hand, not magical power in a sense, but political power, there's a lot you can do with that kind of power, and some people abuse the shit out of it. I mean, holy fuck, it's unreal, and calling them out on it, yeah, we had a, I can't remember his name, it was on TYT a long time ago. The senator who got busted for cocaine, and, a month earlier he was saying that all senators and what have you should be drug tested, and he was all in favor of it, but now that he got busted with coke, he's now disagreeing with it, and the case got dropped, and he didn't get jail time for it. And cocaine's supposed to be legal, isn't it? We live in and that's just the thing, is when people are seeing the corruption in our system, and no one's standing up to it, and no one seems to be doing anything about it, it gets really frustrating. There are ways of standing up to the system without getting violent or hateful, because if anything, that only adds fuel to the fire that's already been brewing for how many years now, And this is something I've noticed with history, if you look at history since the beginning of time, it's all been the same. War, power-hungry, corporate hypocrites, the need for control and dominance, you know what I'm saying? You can, you know what I'm saying? So I've noticed that history has a way of repeating itself, and if you look at history, there's a lot of similarities between history then and now, and over the course of time anyway. Interesting fact that marijuana has been on this planet since 500 BC. Okay, so marijuana's been around a lot longer than any of us have at this current time. Which goes to show you that, yeah, okay, so it's got some history with our, it's not just in our American history, it's also in history in general, So yeah, it's something to think about, So right now I'd like to have a moment of silence for Sue Wallace. Alright, thank you. Here's to Sue Wallace and to others who may chase the goal of a pursuit of a happier America. See, here's the thing, if marijuana makes you high and retarded, you think the government would be okay with that because, well, if our citizens can get high and get all retarded up on weed, they'll believe anything we say. Well, some, but not all of us, not all of us. So. if you have not done so yet, go to Facebook.com and check out Wanna Be Normal. Give them a like, you know. And yeah, you know, and if you want, you know, share your story. I bought some weed from a guy a while back. Actually, I think it was about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Who got into an accident and had severe back pain. The hospital has to prescribe him heroin for his back pain. Apparently hospitals can sell that kind of shit, and you can't just buy it on the street. Whatever. He says, no, I want to choose marijuana for my back pain instead. Guess what happens? His wife says she wants to divorce him because he's choosing a safer alternative for his back pain. Yeah, a friend of mine who had a buddy who had fallen literally 4 stories from a building, and he landed on top of a car because he was attempting suicide because he was depressed. Or I don't know the whole story. I think he might have accidentally fallen, one of the two. Well, anyway, he fell, he disabled himself, and now he can't work because he has disabled and just miserably fucked up, you know. A buddy of mine comes over and goes, hey, this is so-and-so, it tells me a story. Actually, I think, yeah, it wasn't 4, it was 5 stories. He fell 5 stories from a building. This is a while back. He fell 5 stories from a building, landed on top of a car, and busted up his back. Something awful. He's like, hey, man, you got anything for him? I'm like, see what I got. Open up my tin of marijuana. I'm like, here, dude. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Oil up my bong and a dark hollow, and I said, here, have some. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, dude, go ahead. He takes like maybe 4 or 5 hits, and the look on his face is like, ah. So I started playing Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, and, you know, you could tell he was really enjoying himself there. And it was just cool to see that, hey, you know, and he had a hard time walking too, you know, and, but the marijuana actually did help him deal with his back pain, and it also helped him walk a little faster and a little better, so I've personally seen what a miracle this awesome plant can do. But that's just me, you know. Okay, that's a little faster than my triplet. It's not lightning fast by any means. I keep skipping that. I keep going to the 2 strings, and I keep forgetting to hit that the top one right there. Oops. A great way to practice your sweeping, this is all I like to do. You start off down here with like you got that triplet right there. You take it and you move it up a string. So then you go up here. Of course, I'm trying to play guitar while under the influence of alcohol, so it's probably not helping my case much, is it? There we go. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of holding that pick. When you want a sweet pick, you want to use the very tip of your pick. Speaking of, so how's your cough doing, dear?
Better.
Is it better?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's a Gucci good. Not much else to say in this video, really. It's just kind of, you know, my 2 cents right there. Okay, if you're at a party with jungle juice, and they tell you it's jungle juice, start off with 1 glass and pace yourself on that shit, okay? When it comes to drinking grain alcohol, you have to know your body's limit, okay? If you take 4 shots and you're already, I love you, man, give me here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You really gotta watch yourself on that shit, because it can get very dangerous. You don't realize you're drinking, it tastes really good, it's sweet, sugary and fruity, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, these are awesome, you know, and by the time you got your, like, your 3rd or 8th glass, you're like, fuck shit up, you know what I'm saying? So, again, it's all about taking personal responsibility. Got a little drop D, also known as the devil's tuning. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. You know, it's good to see that people are protesting the bullshit laws about marijuana in our country. They're saying we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. So when you go to the extent of having to pull someone over and literally test their blood on the spot for marijuana, I mean, yikes, dude. So now I gotta include a class and when you're in the police academy on how to use a syringe needle because, you know, thanks. Actually, that song sounds a lot better without distortion, just because it's supposed to be an acoustic, but I don't want to get the acoustic guitar right now. So we go. Oops. Dumbass me, unplugged my guitar. That was intelligent. I mean, really intelligent, like that reeked up intelligence, like brain fart status. Higher stinking or like higher thinking. So if your brain has a fart, does that make you a smartass? You know, because it's called a brain fart. You know, I don't know. To make a mistake, I want to play that song. Not that song. No, it's part of playing guitar. You're gonna make mistakes, I guess. find other places to play that on the neck, but anyway, yeah, let's turn the guitar off here. My guitar playing was totally better today than it was yesterday. I was playing the guitar yesterday and wasn't feeling it. To be honest with you, wasn't feeling the guitar playing I was playing yesterday. Might end up shooting for an hour-long video. Don't know. Ooh. That green alcohol will clear out your sinuses really quickly. I don't know how to kill it, though. I can tell you how to get one, though. So, yeah, you know, what talked about in the video, I guess. Not much else I can say for the video, really. Let's see. Trying to think of something else I could say. And that was really coming to mind. Oh yeah, I vacuumed the carpet when I got home. I got one of those vacuums where you push the button and the cord goes and it wraps itself on the inside. Those are so fucking handy to have. You know, in the olden days you had to take a vacuum and you have to wrap the cord around on the outside and it gets some knots. And well, these kind of vacuums that they have nowadays, you push a button on the side and the cord retracts back into the vacuum cleaner all nice and neat, so you don't have to deal with that hassle. Just one more convenience for, you know, people who use them. Don't take much because I was up pretty late last night drinking. Yeah. It's time to celebrate because each and every day is a precious gift. If I do say so myself. Oh. Like now it's a race between my liver and my lungs. Just kidding, it's horrible. But yeah, when you're mixing caffeine and alcohol, you have to be careful with that because you're mixing another depressant with a stimulant. That's why it makes you feel so good when you drink it. Anyway, obviously tobacco and alcohol make our country a shit ton of money. You throw marijuana into that equation, holy shit, we'd be rich. We'd be one of the richest countries in the nation, in the world actually. And that's just the thing is, it doesn't matter where you live. You can live in China, Japan, Asia, Ireland, you know, Italy, England, all over the world. Potheads everywhere. And it's costing people who pay taxes, even if you don't like it, you know, you may be against it, like, oh, I don't like that stuff, it's bad, okay? It's coming out of your pocket too. So, you know, when people are using that money for good things, like in Colorado, the first $40 million in marijuana sales are going to rebuild the children's schools and shit, which is kind of ironic because when I was going to school, I was always told that marijuana is bad for you and shit, and now that my eyes have been open to the truth, I disagree strongly, you know. The thing of it is, you go to school and they tell you those lies, and then you're at a party with your friends, you're having a couple drinks, whatever, you know. Then someone passes you a joint and says, hey man, you want a hit? What's that? That's marijuana. Oh, well, my gym teacher in health class said that marijuana's a gateway drug. Don't be a pussy, just fucking try it. Okay, fine. That's good stuff. Yeah, it is. You see what I'm saying? Which then makes children think, oh, if they lied to us about marijuana, what else have they lied to us about? So conveniently, it makes marijuana look like a gateway drug because of the lies they feature in the education system. Now, people made sarcastic comments about children in the past, like, oh, you tried coke, and yeah, marijuana's not a gateway drug. I'm on coke right now. I tried it once. You know, I actually mixed it in a tobacco pipe with pipe tobacco, spice, and pot, and it was pretty fucking good. I was pretty buzzed for a while, but it wore off. I'm like, oh, you know, that was fun while it lasted. So, and marijuana is a plant. Okay, you don't believe me? Let's look at the cover of this book right here. Look at that. It's a plant. It's got leaves like a plant. Okay. It's a gateway drug. Why is it a gateway drug? Well, because it alters your mind. Yeah, well, so does alcohol, you hypocrite. And I partake in both, so there's been times where I've gotten stoned and drunk in the same night, and it's quite fun, actually. Quite fun indeed. I'm not some insane schizophrenic asshole, I'm just a man who likes his vices. Cheers, YouTube. Until then, this is KingCobraJFS with another video. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.